So this morning I was scrolling my Facebook and I came across this post from this woman named Katerina. And Katerina was giving it to her soon to be ex husband, Nate. And then I went to her page and she has several posts that's giving it to her husband, Nate, her soon to be ex husband. But these posts, and I'm going to do some of them, will speak to what reactive abuse is perfectly. My homegirl, darling Nikki, just put out a video last week about reactive abuse, and I listened to it, and I'm like, yes, this is something that we need to talk about so that when women come across men that are trying to do this, they can pinpoint it and learn how to pivot away from it. So, what is reactive abuse? This happens when a toxic person intentionally abuses someone. Then the victim responds with anger or another normal reaction, and the toxic abuser then accuses the victim of being the abusive person. Like they retaliate, they get mad, they get angry, and then the abuser is like, aha, see, she's crazy, see, and then in today's world where everybody has a cell phone and can post things to social media, it highlights that she just snapped and she's crazy. So this is one of the stories from Katerina saying, how can a man expect peace from a woman he's made miserable? And she said, felt this. Now let's get into some of these posts. So this is Katerina, and as you can see, these posts are public. She said, the one thing I've learned about narcissists is that they will turn everyone around you against you. The times you have a fight, they don't go to the person they fought with to fix things. They run and tell their friends and family just how terrible you are and fail to mention just how terrible they were first. So this morning, I wake up to a text from my abusive father that my kids are at his house in Wisconsin when I think they're actually in Ohio visiting Nate's family. Woke up to a text from my dad saying how terrible I am for leaving my abusive husband and how horrible a mother I am because of whatever lies my husband has been telling him for years. A few months ago, I called my father telling him how my husband tried to run me over. And his reply was, well, what did you do, Katerina? So we both know a narcissist will take another narcissist's side. No surprise there. So, Nate, you want to play dirty and take my kids without my permission and steal my debit card and take all my money so I can't even afford to eat, then take my kids to another state and fill my family's head with lies? Two can play dirty. I don't mind exposing the truth because I know in the end I'm the victim. She gives her cash app. She says, I hate asking, but he's making it impossible to have my bare necessities while he's off in Wisconsin filling my kids and family's heads with lies. He took my new debit card, added to his Apple wallet, sent himself money, and now I'm negative, and my income just pays off that until this fraud is looked at. An hour later, she said, Nate Stuckey, you stayed up with me night after night and heard me since you met me cry a river over all the abusive things my father has done to me and my mom and siblings in that house. The only reason you took our kids there is to hurt me, but in reality, you're hurting our kids. You knowingly took our kids to an abuser's house to ensure you hurt your wife. Mission accomplished, sir. Now your kids and wife are suffering. Nice game you're playing and using our kids as pawns. Yes, this could have been a text, but I'm tired of being quiet about how much of an abusive, manipulative narcissist you really are. It's all about power and control over me, which you currently have. Congrats, pal. The mother of your kids is suffering just like you wanted. Happy? You chose to drive over 24 hours in a car with three kids, two who get car sick. And why is that? Why not fly? Oh, right, because you could purchase a boat because they're cheaper in Ohio, right? You always put yourself above our kids, and it's truly disgusting to see. I will expose you now, Nate. Didn't feel a need to before, but waking up to a text that you're at my dad's, now it's time to play dirty like you, babe. Shall I tell everyone how you steal money from work? Katerina is going at it. She's going at Nate. 2 hours later, Nate Stuckey, remember the week our water got shut off and our car got repossessed? We had no groceries and Christmas was 2 weeks away, but you decided that $2,500 golf clubs took priority. Oh, and then you bought yourself two Visa gift cards with your work card, not for food for the kids, but to buy an outfit to impress your girlfriend next door at the gym to the Christmas party. Um, Wives were not allowed to attend, and then all your friends said you disappeared, and I find security footage missing of you and whoever else entering your office. Hmm. Remember the Valentine's Day I waited up with your cold plate of dinner I worked hours on because you were working late? Then you passed out on the couch, and I find a text to your girlfriend Jody at the gym thanking her for how enjoyable she made your night with the smiley face with hearts emoji. And I still ended up somehow being the bad guy for going through your phone to where you then had a password I wasn't allowed to have, to where you then continued this relationship with her and several other women and bringing them coffee every week and going line dancing and bars and dinner with them. But it's been 6 years and you had yet to ask your wife on a date. Oh, and then you told them you did it because they were more supportive of you while I was at home caring for the kids we had while you lied to me. And she's still going. Whatever mistakes I've made have been a reaction to the abuse this man has made me endure. But it isn't okay either. I'm not proud of the things I've done in retaliation, but at least I'm grown enough to take responsibility. This man turned me into a monster I didn't recognize because for years, all I knew and felt was the punches he threw at me every day to make himself look and feel better. But I never deserved the neglect or abuse in the first place to warrant those reactions. Nate Stuckey, I'm done letting you make me out to be the bad guy. I've stayed quiet for too long. Excuse all the manic posts, but my kids are currently spending the week in a known abuser's home, and I have no power to get them out. So I'm not going to be playing nice. You can lie your way out of this one to make me seem like the crazy one, but the fact is, you took my kids to another state without my knowledge to my abusive father's house. It's clear as the day it was a power move to hurt me and success, Nate. Hope you're happy to slowly destroy the mother of your kids. What a great man you are. The man who went with me to my mom's funeral and saw me cry each week since 2016 about how my mom was abused by my father, which ultimately resulted in her turning to alcohol and then her death. As the man who heard the 6 stories of the things my dad did to us when we were younger, is now taking our own kids to the exact same house that the exact same man and told my friend that he did it as a favor to me and thought I'd be happy, is sick and twisted. This is what narcissistic men do. They do something they know will set their partner off and disguise it as an act of love to make me seem like the bad guy. Never ever would I knowingly take my kids to an abusive man's house just to hurt you, Nate. How disgusting you are. This man beat my mom right before their wedding because he didn't want to marry her, but because she got pregnant. Beat her to the point she passed out at the altar. The man who called my brother a fat ass pig every second of every day to the point even as an adult has affected him. The man who beat us in compliance or force fed us to the point we choked if we didn't like his horrible cooking. The man who told me I deserved the abuse from my husband because he pays the bills. The man who grounded and took my cell phone away for seeing me at my parent pickup talk to a black girl who still to this day is a really good friend of mine. The man who hadn't even buried his wife yet and scrolling singles ads the night before her funeral. This is the man you brought our kids to just so you can look like the hero. Pure evil. She's still going. She says, no, I won't take the post down until my kids are out of there, Nate. You know this is wrong. If you're so ashamed of your truth, maybe it's time you effing face it instead of using me as the reason why you did it. Face your mistakes like a man instead of hiding behind a fake username, Nathan. You look weak. I don't care how this makes me look or what consequences I will face. I just want my kids out of that effing house they were never supposed to be at again. I am leaving you because my mom was never able to leave her abusive man. So quit waking up each day and finding a new way to destroy me or trap me. I am leaving. The only one you're hurting is our kids, and I will prove to my mom she did raise a strong, badass woman that won't take this BS from men any longer. I am doing what my mom never got the chance to do. Nate, for once, put our kids first and not yourself. I beg of you. So I hope by documenting this, Katerina is able to get her kids back safely. And by putting him on blast publicly, she can get ahead of it because obviously Nate is going to try to make her into being the bad guy because that is precisely what they do. the toxic person plays the victim role, but she's trying to get ahead of it. And I love that for her. That is what social media is for. We can use our power and highlight and put a flashlight on the people that are doing these types of things. Anyways, join the conversation. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.